Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, and another story behind the car. We're at a car show. This is at Chuck-a-Burger, and they've been doing car shows since 1957. And let's see, here's a Chrysler Firepower. Man, these Chrysler, DeSoto, Plymouth, I'm pretty sure Plymouth had the same motor. I know DeSoto and Chrysler did amazing motors. I almost had one. It's probably been 10 or 15 years ago. I could have bought a car for $1,800 and had a low miles, but the car had rust, and the guy was just wanting to get rid of it. One of those things you just kick yourself about years later. And wow, this is a beast. So they're going to do a startup on this in a little bit. So this Chuck-a-Burger is still in business, and they still serve burgers and food, and there's Chuck-a-Burger since 1957. So we're kind of by the airport in St. Louis, and just going to wander through and see these cars. And if you go to car shows, you probably noticed, if you go to the same kind of car shows in your area, you see the same cars. And if you just venture out 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes or longer away from your home, you start seeing cars you haven't seen before, or you see occasionally. So there's a couple here that I recognize, but for the most part, I think that is a Chrysler Wedge. I'm sure I'll have somebody educate me below. But anyway, back to the car shows. When you get out, you'll start finding car shows that you haven't seen cars before. Looks like a Plymouth, probably a 64, 65. This looks like a Barracuda. Not a big fan of the big motors with the big blower. Never have been. When I was a kid, I wasn't. Still am not. Looks like a Monte Carlo and a convertible Impala. But anyway, that's what's great about going to car shows that you don't go to, getting out, venturing out to some areas that you don't go to. Old Chevy, what would that be, 47 through 53. And then look at this Chrysler. So that's the same motor. This one looks a lot bigger than the previous one. But quite a car here, 58 Chrysler 300D. So that's what's unique about Mopar. Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, DeSoto in the late 50s. Man, they were killing it on the design. You can see it had push button transmission, which you younger guys never even seen that. There's the 300 badging. So push button transmission. Check out these fins. Instead of having a gear selector for your pernundle, you just push a button for park, neutral, drive, low. And that's a Green Acres reference. When she was learning how to drive a car, she said, "Oh, Oliva has a pernundle too." So you young guys have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. So just going to wander through here and see what they have. Kind of an eclectic group of cars. Looks like a 55 Chevy. Another Chevy. This looks like a 55. Updated motor. Updated brakes for sure. So the Chevy Nomad was a 2-door wagon, and this is a 4-door wagon. And yeah, that's a 55. You can tell by the tail lights. So just kind of wandering along. So a lot of 40s and 50s cars here. And 60s, some 60s. But glancing to my right, I see some 70s, so I'll show you that in a moment. But it's nice just to get out. Beautiful day. I personally am not a fan. This looks like maybe a 53, 54 Chevy. Not a fan of modern seats with headrests in an older car. Pull the headrests out. That's my personal opinion. Good looking old Buick here. And a Nova with a hood scoop.
I love it. Hey, tell them.
Love this old Chevy here. Love the poverty dog dish. Not really a dog dish, but an older 327. Kind of a dog dish hubcap. Really a clean looking car. Love the color too. I think this was called a sea mist green. Mid-60s color. Malibu SS. Very nice looking car. This was considered a mid-sized car back in the day. Love the Steelies and the black wall tires. Very clean interior. Another Tri-5. I don't remember the dashes. This is either a 56 or a 57 with the gun sight hood. For those that know, you can leave it below. Official pace car on this Corvette. $1995, 79th. Indianapolis 500. That was a big deal back in the day. Another Corvette. Looks like a Falcon. Dodge Dart. I had a neighbor that had a Dodge Dart. And I had a friend that had a Malibu, or a Cutlass. Not a Cutlass, Monte Carlo, brother. T-Bird. Looks like a 65. Well, the interior of this model, the back seat was amazing. And the dash, futuristic like a jet engine. Everything was cool about the T-Birds. And then this Monte Carlo, I had a buddy that he had a different body style, but those swivel seats. It was kind of weird when you'd get out, you'd swivel the seat and then get out. But this Monte Carlo with this color, vinyl top, that was class back then. And not very sporty, but more classy. And again, the T-Bird. This yours? Beautiful car. So like I said, a lot of 40s, 50s, 60s. So we had a couple of more modern cars. I worked with a guy in a grocery store. He had a GTO just like this, same color. And then the Tornado. Holy smokes. Jay Leno has a Tornado with a 1,000 horsepower motor in it. But this GTO, guy named Marty Carr, we called him Party Marty Carr. He had a GTO just like this one. An Oldsmobile Tornado. So this was front wheel drive. Very classy, high end, sporty. So it was kind of like a classy muscle car. Look at that steering wheel. AC car. And like I said, Jay Leno, I believe, has 1,000. You know, I don't know what motor he put in it. KC95, Real Rock Radio. I grew up by KC95. That was a big deal back in the day. They're still around. Here's that 55 Chevy. I'll show you that 57 in a minute. I've shot that one before. There's the front of that Tornado. Another Mopar. A couple of Mopars. Updated motor. Good looking wheels. Beautiful interior. Wow, that pops. About a 63, 4.5. Great looking color combo though. So I did a video on this 57 and it is for sale. So it's got an LS motor, and the video I did on it, I was able to get all the information on it. So looks like they're starting this thing up. Mustang Fastback, Camaro. I did a video on a 70 or a 71 Camaro. Really a nice car. 1970 Camaro. So this pretty much, I think I've covered most of the lot. I'm going to go ahead and wander around a little bit more and then head on to another car show. So this was the same body style as in the movie Bullet, if you're a fan of that movie. That one was a dark green Charger. This one is burgundy with white stripes across the back. Looks like a Model A. My dad would always call them A models. Of course, he was from that era. Wow, look at that Camaro. Man, that thing's nice. So it's either a 67 or a 68 Camaro SS. 69 did not have the vent window, and I don't remember the differentiator for the 67, 68. I'm sure someone can leave that below. But boy, oh boy, talk about clean looking car. Man. Great color combination. Well, I'll just tool around a little bit more, and then I'm going to head on to, got a couple other car shows I'm going to hit today. Old Nova, 58 wagon. That's that 58 wagon is a 1-year body style, and they had a lot of rust issues on them. So enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again for watching.
I'm not.